Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. It's Amber here with another video. I just wanted to give you a quick update before I headed to class. This is kind of like a class update slash channel update. Nothing is really going on too much in class right now. I think I'm just like over this semester. It's my last semester of community college, so I'm kind of just like my mind is already like on the next thing. I will be completing my bachelor's degree or working towards it in the spring, which is in like a couple of months, January, like mid-January, I believe. But my degree will be in creative writing. I haven't picked my discipline yet. We can choose between poetry, fiction, and nonfiction. I think I'm leaning more towards the fictional route just so I can learn how to craft a novel. My hope is that I can get like a professor to mentor me and help me learn how to flesh out a novel, like develop the story, develop the characters, develop like the plot and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm super excited. I actually had a call yesterday with the Honors College. There's a lady that works there. I forget what her exact title is. I think she's like the assistant director. But funny story is, like a month or so ago, I applied to get into the Honors College and I got in. And then we had like an info session with the director, and there was a couple of other students to kind of walk through, what's expected, to see if we can really do it, but also to see if we have the credentials, to appropriately get in. So I looked at some of the classes that were available for the program, and a lot of them started at 4:30, and I didn't get off work till 5. Even though I worked near campus, just with traffic alone, it probably would have taken me like 30 or 40 minutes. And I was like, they're not going to let me leave class early to go to class to get a degree for something that does not benefit them. From a business standpoint, to me, that makes sense. So I totally got it, even though I wasn't in love with the idea. Like, you have to, put your company first. My degree is not in HR, so it really wouldn't have benefited them. So I had to turn it down, and I was so freaking bummed. Like, I did so much work to get in. I got like letters of reference. I reached out to professors. I had some of my friends write me letters of recommendation. I wrote an essay while I was on vacation to get in, like talking about like a piece of art that really touched me and how it affected me. My grades are on point. I have straight A's. Like, I do not play about my school. That's one thing about me. Like, I'm a straight A student. I bust my ass. I do schoolwork probably like every day. Like, my husband probably be annoyed, or I should stop saying my husband. Y'all know his name. Nick is like annoyed because every time he turns around, like, I'll take a break and then he'll be like, oh, you want to do something? And I have my laptop open and he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, the first step is closing the laptop. And I'm like, no, like, I'm obsessed. You have to stay on top of it. It gives me like purpose, and it's so rewarding putting in all that work and seeing like the fruits of your labor bloom. So I do not play. Like, I'm usually ahead. Sometimes I'll be like 2 or 3 weeks ahead so I can give myself ample time for like projects or bigger assignments, but I do not play. Like, I really love school. I really love learning, and I really love just seeing how it's made me grow. It's made me grow so crazy, like as a writer. Like, my writing is like top notch. Like, it's the best it's ever been. And I don't think some of the, without some of these prompts and some of these classes and some of these professors, I don't think I'd be the type of writer that I am. Like, I feel like it's just sharpened what I already have, which is why I decided to go back. But anyway, so I talked to this lady, once, like, let me go back. A few weeks ago, I was driving back to, like, after I had put in my notice, I was driving it to school or to class, and I was like, oh, I was just thinking about stuff that, like, I hadn't had time to do because I had work, because it was kind of like a blockage. It was kind of like an obstacle. And like, I knew I needed a job, I knew I needed to provide, but at the same time, it was like, there's so many things I want to do. Like, I see events going on at school and I'm like, I can't participate because I have a full-time job, and like, that'll cut into my paycheck, and then that creates a whole other set of problems. So then I was like, oh, I could probably do the Honors College. So I was like, I should reach out and see if they'll still have me. So I reached out and they were like, yeah, you can still join. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like in this phase of my life, I'm going after everything I always wanted. I told myself, anything I want, I can get. Like, I know I'm a hard worker. I'm a big manifester, but I also believe in putting in the work. And I have like really, high goals for myself. Like, I have really strong vision, I feel like, and like follow through. So I reached out and they said, yeah. So I talked to her yesterday. We got everything squared away. So I'm going to Honors College. I'm so freaking excited. I start my first honors course in the spring, but you have to do a transfer orientation first. And I think you meet with an advisor and kind of talk over everything, and then you kind of go from there. But as far as the channel goes, Me and Nick came up with a name last night. I can't update it on YouTube because I've already changed the name twice. They have some policy where like you can't change the name more than twice in 14 days. So I have to wait like 8 or 9 days or something like that. But we love the name. It's so simple, but I was like, it's so me. So the new channel will be called Amber Unfiltered. I started making social media accounts and stuff to tie it together. It'll be slow because it is a lot to manage. Like I think I made a Cash App for it. I made a Facebook page, a TikTok, a Twitter. I'm probably gonna make an Instagram. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna manage this. Like, it was just kind of overwhelming thinking about it. And I was like, damn, I really need an assistant, but also can't pay you. I want to pay people for, you know, their work, but also with their worth. So I was like, maybe in the future I can get someone to kind of help me with that. But I'm so excited about the name. At first I was like, I don't know, it's like too simple. I wanted something creative and like punny or like a play on words, but it kind of I was like, sometimes simple is better. And I was like, like Nick said, the more you do it, the more it'll like be familiar to you, because at first it's just kind of weird saying that. So that is a new channel name. I'm so excited to share that with you guys. As far as class goes, what was I gonna say? We're just kind of, you know, trugging along, but we do have a project due I need to get back to. I've started research for it, and then I kind of just left it to the wayside because I was like in transition from working a 9 to 5, but also working on my other class. Again, I'm taking a humanities class as well as this environmental science one. But I was like, I got to hit the ground running. I have so much work to do, but I was like, I know I'll get it done. That's one thing about me. As much as I like panic in my head, I'm like, when am I going to have time? Probably not working the full 9 to 5. Like that will help me as far as timing and pacing and being able to accomplish a lot. And even like on my first day of not having a 9 to 5, like I was actually crazy busy. Like I got up at like 7 and I was doing stuff till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect to be so busy, but it was really, really freaking cool. Like I did a pop culture poetry workshop virtually through that my school was hosting with a writing center that was local. I like started, you know, getting some stuff set up for future videos. I'm trying to think, what else did I do? Signed up for insurance, you know, through my husband's work, and just getting stuff in order. It is so much work, but I'm looking forward to it, and I just can tell that a lot of good will come out of this. And I have good news. My husband's work carries the insurance that my therapist takes, so I'll be able to continue seeing her. I'll have to wait for like a couple months, but I'm so happy about that because she's a phenomenal therapist. She's like really cracked the code on a lot of things, and I'm so appreciative for her. Like I loved my other therapist, and I think he got me to a good working point. He helped me heal in a lot of ways, but I feel like she's different in the sense of she's more able to tailor. I don't want to say tailor. She just gets right to the meat and potatoes, and that's the kind of therapist I need. Not that my other one was bad, because he was phenomenal. Like I was a freaking wreck when I first started seeing him in 2015, and I've seen my growth, and I was like, I know I have much more to go, but he has gotten me to such a peaceful point in my life. But I was like, now is really time to dig deep and do the harder work, or the more painful or traumatizing or grueling work. So I'm so excited in multiple facets of my life and areas of my life. But I hope that you guys are having a good weekend. Hopefully the weather is nice and you can get out and do something fun. I'm gonna be stuck in a classroom for 6 hours, but I figure it's worth it. And I only have like a month and a half left, and I'm so ready to be done. Like, you don't understand. In my mind, I already graduated, even though graduation isn't until May. But I feel like I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I have some other stuff that I'm working on, but again, I don't want to jinx it. You may or may not have something really cool or a neat little surprise coming soon, so just stay tuned. But yeah, just be on the lookout. Very, very soon, I plan to put up my poetry. I don't have the perfect setup that I want, but I was like, maybe it doesn't need to be perfect. Maybe it can be a work in progress. Everything doesn't have to be so outlined and so perfect. I think that's something I struggle with, because artistically I'm a perfectionist, and just by nature I'm a perfectionist. I always say that I'm a recovering perfectionist, because I'm unlearning that behavior. I'm unlearning that pattern, and it is so hard because sometimes I immediately revert back to it, and I have all these ideas and visions in my head, and I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like with recording, I thought I had to just like have everything set up, but kind of forcing myself to just do it and get out of my comfort zone was actually better than waiting. Because I think waiting, you start to get in your head, you start to get in your mind too much, and then you build yourself up only to tear yourself down, type of thing. And then like the hype or the excitement wears down, and I don't really want that. So Yeah, some stuff is going to be coming soon. Again, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Let me know in the comments what you're up to, what you want to see from me. I'd love to hear more from you guys, like I said before, and I hope you have a great Saturday. Get something nice to eat, spend some time with family, friends, your boo thing, this, that, and the third. Love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.